Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and I got a request to speak on the Wrestling Classic. This event happened in November of 1985 in the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago. You got to remember WrestleMania was in March of 85, so this was the next pay-per-view after WrestleMania, so they needed something to do. My memories on this event, I remember the Rosemont Horizon being filled with smoke and a real rough crowd, and I remember the production on this event being extremely ugly. Wrestling was just very different in 1985. The fans looked different. The ringside area was just dingy. The arena wasn't lit very well. It wasn't near the presentation you see today. I mean, the arenas were half filled with people smoking cigars in the front row. Very different atmosphere that day in the Rosemont Horizon. What do I remember on this? I remember Macho Man. I believe it was in the second round. He's either fighting Tito Santana or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And he reached down his trunks and he pulled out these some kind of little barbell, and he knocked either Tito Santana or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat out. Junkyard Dog wound up winning this tournament in the finals, which was cool for JYD. He was never a champion in the WWF, but if you follow JYD's career, he was quoted by Ernie Ladd as being the biggest star, and Ted DiBiase, the biggest star to ever come out of the state of Louisiana. So JYD had a hell of a career, wrestling for Bill Watts in Mid-South. I mean, JYD was the franchise. By the time he got to WCW in 1990, he was kind of out of shape, kind of towards the end of his career and stuff. And I had heard stories about JYD kind of towards the end of his life. He was, I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody said he was on a street corner, begging for change. I don't know how much that's true, whatever. But I mean, the guy's a Hall of Famer. He had a hell of a good run. He had a hell of a good impact on social media. Actually, I shouldn't say social media. I should say JYD had a cultural influence, and he was huge in the South, the most popular wrestler ever to come out of the state of Louisiana. This event was more or less a showcase for the Macho Man, though. He did great. He made it all the way to the finals. He was tremendous. And then, of course, you had the big blow-off with Piper and Hogan in the main event. I don't really remember how the match finished. I think it was either a DQ or a count-out, but man, Piper was so hot as a heel back then. Chicago, 85. Smoke-filled arena, Rosemont Horizon. Believe me, when I went back there, 20 years later for WrestleMania 22, none of that stuff was going on. My advice to you guys, if you want to see what wrestling looked like in 1985 and see how different the crowd was and different the production around the ring was, check this tape out. It's going to blow your socks off. If all you've ever seen is present day WWE, oh man, you got to go back and look at how it looked 30 years ago. It was 35 years ago. You got to go back and look and see how it looked back then. It was a completely different ball game, but it was more or less about the athletes inside the ring telling the story with their bodies. And that was really a great time in wrestling, even though the production wasn't there and the lights and the pyro and the music wasn't quite there. It was different. It wasn't as pretty as it is today. I mean, you can tell by the views on this video that not that many people are going to feel this video, but that's okay. I mean, I could watch a Wrestling Classic pretty much all day and not be bored. I guess the tape's in a little bit of rough shape, but yeah, I've had this thing for years. It's a pretty sweet tape. Go back. I don't know if it's on the WWE Network. Check this thing out, and your socks are going to be blown off at how different wrestling looked 35 years ago. I'm Gemini. Thank you so much for watching.